is good, my people, my peeps? How are you guys doing this Sunday afternoon? I hope all is well. So we in the building, y'all. We got a great show for you today. We're going to be talking about accountability. That's right, accountability. Which, if you don't know, we're talking on this podcast about leave Black women alone. The main title, the main focus. Um, the gender wars, right? I hopped into this long time ago when I seen how this degradation of our nation was coming about. I hopped on the scene with a gangster lean a long time ago. Okay, so it has gotten just really out of control, right? And we have heard from both sides. But has it ended? No, it has not. So we're going to talk about accountability today, and I want to take a different approach. Maybe this will help men understand um, what is getting ready to befall them. Okay, that's right. I said befall. What's getting ready to happen to men? Okay, how I'm going to approach this is with some statistics and with the understanding if you serve the Most High Yah and have some biblical understanding of the times you're in and what has been predicted to come in the future. Okay, so today that's kind of the approach I'm gonna take, and I got to bring in some of my receipts from some guys, some men who are fed up with it too, and they gonna have to read you your rights at the end. Okay, that's just how it's gonna go down. That's just how it's gonna go down, guys. So we're gonna get into you all are setting yourself up for failure. Okay, my guys, my fellows. And I don't think you can see it. I don't think you understand that you really have to get out of thinking with your little head. That's right, your little head, and start thinking with your big head. Yes, thinking with your dome. A lot of you, I believe, still are thinking with your little head, and you're not making wise decisions. Okay? And with that being said, huh, I just have to say it. Some of y'all just gonna have to be upset because I know a lot of fellas, y'all don't want to hear the truth about what's going on. You just want to hear really propaganda from what the agents of men, the agents of our community have spewed out there, and I do call them agents. They are for wanting to separate and degrade their own nation of people. Okay, so if you know anything about Isaiah 4, Isaiah 4 and through 1 through 2, okay, and just to summarize, you can go look it up because I gave you the scripture to go look it up, okay? Just to summarize Isaiah 4 1 through 2, wherein it says 7 women will, cling on to one man and beg, ask, plead to take away our reproach. And I know a lot of you guys don't understand what reproach is. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Um, but just to break it down, it's they're not being married and having, okay, hold on, I'm checking the audio. Not being married and not having children. That's right. They're reproach. That's what the reproach is. So women, this is balance here because you play a part in this too as we are moving forward in today's society, because women are, they don't, hey guys, they don't want to mess with you. They don't want to fool with you. That's at a whole. And black women are just now catching on. They see that their men have truly just abandoned ship. Okay. But with that being said, we know that what is being shown, black women are catching on, and they're just going their own way and saying, "Say la vie, say la vie," goodbye, good riddance. Go do you, black man. Whatever makes you happy, do you. Okay, especially to those black men who don't have, um, you know, they can't see. They have hindsight, not foresight. Basically, they can't see what's coming down the road, and so they're just gonna follow whatever leader who's playing up their music. Follow the Pied Piper right out into destruction. Right now, I have heard a lot of men, especially in if you're religious or in the truth or just a believer, they love that scripture, right? They love Isaiah 4:1-5. Baby, they love it because, they thinking with their small head first and foremost. Yeah, the one in between their legs. Just imagine. They think, oh my God, in the end times, well, it'll be past the end times. I'll be getting hello, Jay, how you doing? I'll be getting a 7 women to one man. Oh my God, that's awesome, right? What's good, Carmel? Kim, good to see you. Good to see you. Um, y'all salute my uh dog moderator. Let me put you up here real quick. Kim is in the building, y'all. Okay. So, and Jay, since you the first one, and I'll go ahead and highlight you too, my partner, my guy. Glad y'all are in the building. And thanks for the thumbs up. Go ahead as you enter the building, hit the thumbs up. So, you know, if you're a fella who can only operate with that small head instead of your big head, and there's a lot of fellas in the truth or in religion or whatever you have it that can only think with their little head. Okay. And that don't lead you very far. Okay. That don't take you far at all. Okay, because once that head throw up, it's a wrap. It's back to being led astray. It's back to being led astray, baby. So some men love to hear the scripture from Isaiah 4:1-2, where in essence it states that 7 women will cleave unto one man in those days. Okay, I want to know if guys are they thinking critically? But I said not. I think not. Okay. Um, what you say, Carmel, Kim? The month of June is at work. Is really busy for me. Oh, you're at work. Oh, it's okay. That's what's up, though. But I'm glad I caught your live stream. That's what's up. I'm glad you're here too. Yeah, I'm glad you. Hey, get your money, make your paper, girl. Um, yeah, and whatever else you have to do, we don't want to just focus on making paper. I want you all to have hobbies, enjoy life, um, all that and above. But so, with my men, my guys, thinking with their little head and so excited about Isaiah 4:1-2, they think that they're going to have these 7 women cleaving onto them and they're just going to be happy. But they're not thinking critically. I think that you're not thinking critically. Okay? Fellas, where are all the men in those days? Oh, you're off right now. That's what's up. Where are all the fellas in those days? You see, you have to realize that in these days that you're in right now, by the sound of my voice, in these days, the ratio has always been off, guys. There has always been more women than men. What did you think it was an equal ratio, equal balance? You see, no, it has not been. See, in nature, let me just take it to nature real quick. In nature, all animals are not to really uh, procreate. The strongest, the fittest of the fit. You see, we have an issue that has blown out of control. Well, see, we as women have dropped the ball. Hmm. And have listened to lies and been deceived also. Okay, I know men don't like to hear that, but it is what it is. And we have let men into sacred grounds that they did not deserve to be in. Okay, the womb. Okay, so at this point in time, men truly believe that they deserve to bring forth children into this realm, but not take care of the children, not provide for the children. It's more of a hit it and quit it attitude. And you see, with that attitude, um, when you are out and you're building a home or you're building a family, the materials that you use to build such home, build such families, build such gardens, when you use materials that are rotten, materials that are weak, materials that should not plow or seed into the ground, sometimes you come up with little fruit trees that don't produce nothing but garbage. You know, we're talking about generational curses, generational outlooks to what you have produced. You might build a home for your family, but you use all the cheapest stuff you could, and you had the means to, go get the top notch stuff, but you built a raggedy ass house. That's right, a raggedy ass house, and put this woman in this raggedy ass house, and then you were thinking you was wiser than the average bear, and so it was another woman down the road. Not that you wanted to provide a nice shelter. You wanted to try to split your monies up and just get all these women, and didn't have the means to support all these women. So you start putting women in raggedy ass houses till you couldn't put them in houses no more. You just had to go over to their house, hit it and quit it, and left families abandoned. Papa was a rolling stone. Hmm. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. You know? So we're here now. We're here with uh, men with emotional issues, uh, anger issues directed at the wrong people, us women, and threats. But the Black woman have went through all of that. Even going through all of that with their men, they have stood beside their men, marched, all that, protected, fed their abandoned children. Hmm. Fed them, even though they were, they could have abandoned them themselves. Okay, and see, what you have planted in this earth is coming back. Okay, your roosters, in the words of Malcolm X, your roosters are coming home to roost, my guy. Yes, they are. And you see, you're mad about it. You're upset. If only you would pause and just realize what's going on. Don't be happy because you hear Isaiah saying you're going to have seven women to one man. You might not make it in the end. Brothers, do you realize more women will make it to Zion than men? What? Oh, no. Oh, no. I know you don't like to hear it. I know you don't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Just go and crack open your Bible. It says it right there. Go on to Isaiah 4, 1 through 2. It's gonna be hard as hell trying to find one, you niggers. Yeah, they gonna consider you like gold, cause you gonna get wiped smooth out of the new realm. You're not making it past the golden gates. That's right. But y'all sitting over here degrading your women, your families. Y'all not gonna make it past the golden gates. It's gonna be so many women that make it into Zion, and it's gonna be few men, so few of men that it's gonna take one to seed a new nation. And you bicker and you bitching about women with education now, women who run businesses, women who out there making it do what they do. Crack open Isaiah 4, 1 through 2. These women already, they come from us. Because we building what's going into the future. So when you read Isaiah 4, 1 through 2, when you hear these women say, look here, partner. Look, I got my own business. I got my own house. Okay? I'm making do what it do. Hey, I'm just here to serve the Lord. I need you to come on and take this reproach away. Come on, let's go have this baby. Let's repopulate this world. Oh, Sheila, that's my girl. Come on, Sheila. We done found one. Come on, girl. Yeah, we done found one. Yay. Woo! Go on and tell Jackie. Yeah, I got 3 girlfriends right here. We the righteous ones. We made it over here into Zion. Yeah, yes. And we was looking for you, brother. Oh, you's blessed. You made it because there's a lot of men ain't make it to Zion. Yeah, so we got about 3 right here. But you got a couple more you can get on, add to the team. We gonna make it do what we do. We learned that. That's the spirit and the knowledge we gained from our ancestors that passed. Yes, Lord. We gonna make it do what it do and repopulate this earth like it's supposed to be populated. How about it? Huh? How about it? Yeah. How about you? Yes. Brother man gonna be saying, I'm down with the plan. Let's go. Where my other? What we got 3? Let me see. What did he say? We gonna have 7? Okay, we gonna need 4 more women. Yeah. Okay, we gonna need 4 more women, righteous women. It's gonna be so many righteous women in heaven, Zion. Crack open your Bibles and read it for what it says, fellas. Not read it for what your little head think it says. You might not make it into Zion. Ooh, think about that. You might not make it, my guy. That's what's up. So we're going to get into the message. Welcome in, Rollo. I'm going to have to read that. Hold on. I'm going to have to read that. Let me keep my flow going. Look here. Black men, your women are, man, you letting some precious beings go down the road to be cast away from you. Now it's some raggedy ass women out there. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. It's some raggedy ass women out there because the situations and the degradation that we have been in. We got raggedy ass women. We got raggedy ass men with their mindsets. Yes, indeed. I concur with that. Okay. But we can't toss the baby out with the bathwater. Okay, we can't toss the baby out with the bathwater because it's new babies. It's new. The Most High still sending spirit down here and in the wombs of men and women. Okay, we can't toss out the baby with the bathwater spill. You can't toss out your black woman. Period. Point blank. Period. Point doggone blank. We gonna stop the gender wars here. This is a new series that I have started called Leave Black Women Alone. Now, it's not that I'm just saying leave black women alone. I'm just saying leave black women alone in the negative sense. In the poison that there are so many podcasts that have been out here disseminating. Leave us alone in that way. Okay? I'm talking about preparing the warriors. Warriors, come out and play. That's right, soldiers, warriors. But see, with the teachings of men who have been here, and oppressive men, they forget Deborah. Uh-huh. Ladies, I know some of you may come across this podcast and you may not be religious. You may have never served the Most High Yah. You may not know about the Bible. There are so many women in the Bible, my goodness, that have done great things, that have been shadowed, overlooked, and not taught by men. That there's women out here. There are women who have done great things. Deborah, who led in a battle. She led men in a battle, and the top dog, the top man, didn't want to go into battle. And Most High said, yeah, he said, I will not go without Deborah by my side. Okay, ladies. So let's get on into some of these receipts. I want to help with this broadcast today. Okay, accountability is what we're going to be talking about. So let me see. Let me get situated. Get my, oh shoot. I don't have my doggone stylus. Okay, let's make it do what it do. Let's make it do what it doggone do. So I brought up about the doggone, the book of the Bible, Isaiah 4 and 1 through 2, right? And I just want to give you an example, my guys, just to put in your head. I wanted to let you know, fellas, that all of you guys will not be making it into the kingdom. While all of you have been oppressing women and hating on their skill sets and yada, 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 those are the women whose spirits will live on, or they will they will die here. That's right. But go into the kingdom with the knowledge of sewing, business, etc., etc., etc. That's right. Spirits don't die. We multiply. But some of y'all will burn in the lake of fire. Mm-hmm. Some of y'all will smooth burn in the lake of fire, just like some of these men. Not some. A whole hell of a lot of men are going to burn in the lake of fire. Put some fire in the building. Okay? Look here. Let me give you a perspective. I pulled up a little map before we get into it. Let's get into this. Boys to girls is 1 to 7. How many boys should there? Hold on. Here's your map. If the ratio of boys to girls is 1 to 7, how many boys should there be if there are 21 girls? So we can rewrite this ratio as a fraction, writing as 1 boy for every 7 girls. And we'll set it to equal to x over 21 girls. Since we don't know how many boys there should be, first thing we can do is we can cross multiply. We can get 7x equals 21. Then we divide both sides by 7, and we get 3 boys for 21 girls. If the ratio of boys to girls is 1 to 7, how many boys should there be if there are 21 girls? So we can rewrite this ratio as a fraction, writing as 1 boy for every 7 girls. And we'll set it to equal to x over 21 girls. Since we don't know how many boys there should be, first thing we can do is we can cross multiply. We can get 7x equals 21. Then we divide both sides by 7, and we get 3 boys for 21 girls. If the ratio of boys to girls is 1 to 7, how many boys should there be if Did y'all hear that? Let me take it to the end. Talking about ratios, so you can understand. Let's go right here. We can get 7x equals cross multiply. Here we go. Cross multiply, we can get 7x equals 21. Then we divide both sides by 7, and we get 3 boys for 21 girls. If the ratio, so that would be 3 boys for 21 girls, and you divide 21 to 3. Okay. I need you fellas to get to understand that. It ain't gonna be a whole lot of y'all going, we're marching to Zion, beautiful, beautiful Zion. You ain't gonna be marching to Zion, fellas. It's gonna be a hell of a lot of women marching to Zion. Okay? Hold on. Do I need to get down here in this chat and handle some business? Martin, I told you, don't come up in here starting no noise. Okay? This is your second one. Okay? Because you left a comment on my page a couple of shows back. This is your second strike, partner. Don't come up in here with no noise and starting trouble. Comprende? All right. We're going to keep the party going. Look here. So if you have seven women to one man, that should already have given you a hint that it's not going to be a lot of you fellas heading into the kingdom. Okay? But we're going to keep the party going because I need my brothers to understand. I need my brothers to get a clear understanding of what is going on in the world today. Okay? You see, I know I have talked about the passport brothers. Okay, yes I have, because they was doing the most. They was the ones that tagged on making threats. We're leaving you, black woman. We know you're not listening. You won't submit. All this yada. You ain't no. And before I continue, that word submit, and they ain't never put a ring on their black woman. They want them to submit and open them legs, bust them legs open. That's what they want them to submit to. Let's make it plain. You won't submit. We don't. You just ain't listen. You're too loud and too yada yada yada. But why I didn't understand why they would just continue to have something to say as you know they left out the door. It didn't make any sense. It just didn't make any sense. So I said, leave black women alone. Just go in peace. You might want to pray on how you did the daughters of Zion, because brothers might not make it into the kingdom, because it's not going to be very many of you are. Look here. Let me help you out, since you're not really paying attention to what's going on in the world today, my brothers. There's a decline, and I said this when I first stepped on the scene. When I seen what was going on with these gender wars, and definitely when I seen when Kevin Samuels hit the scene, I was like, oh, whoa, that didn't even sit right with my spirit. I tried to forewarn you. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. There is a decline in the population of what we know as the palm-colored man, the white tea man, the whatever you want to name him. There's a decline in their birth rate. They're losing the battle in this realm. Okay? And not only they are losing the battle with procreation, not only them, other nations are losing the battle as well. And they know who possesses quality seeds and quality land, known as your womb ladies, black women. They know who possesses quality land and quality seed. Heirloom seeds, that is. Rich lands, fertile lands, the portal from which the spirit comes, the blueprint, the black woman. They know who you are. But they have deceived you. Yes, they have. And you have fallen right into their plots and their plans, like I have told you time and time again. Okay? We have Asians running to Africa, trying to marry up all the black women they can get. They have Japan pleading for the black man to come and marry their Chinese women. Okay? They have so many nations of people who their birth rate is declining. And even the European. That's right. They're declining. So I want you to listen to this really quick. Hold on. Let's get
right now. A chilling chart from the Financial Times reveals something no one is ready to talk about. The birth rates in Europe's biggest economies are in free fall. France, Germany, Italy, all plunging below the critical replacement level of 2.1 children per woman. By 2020, that number hovered around 1.5, and it's not bouncing back. What does that mean? It means fewer children, fewer workers, fewer taxpayers. Entire economies aging faster than they can reproduce. And no, this isn't some sci-fi collapse scenario. It's already underway. But here's the twist. It's not just biology. It's not that people can't have kids. It's that more and more people are choosing not to. Why? Because in today's Europe, starting a family feels like a financial death sentence. Skyrocketing rent, outrageous childcare costs, no space, no support. The price of diapers might as well be gold. And then there's the cultural shift. People are delaying marriage or avoiding it entirely. Career first, stability second. Kids, maybe never. Add in a generation crippled by climate anxiety, wondering if it's even ethical to bring a child into a world on fire. And you have a recipe for demographic collapse. But here's what no one wants to say out loud. This is not just a European issue. This is the future of the West, especially white European nations. America isn't far behind. Japan, already there. South Korea, even worse. We're looking at the slow motion disappearance of entire populations. Nations that once ruled the world now struggling to simply replace themselves. Meanwhile, the global picture paints a very different story. According to the UN, the world population will keep growing, but only because of developing regions, particularly Africa and the Middle East. These areas still have higher fertility rates and their populations are surging. So what happens when rich developed countries shrink and poorer younger nations rise? The balance of global power shifts.
That's right.
Economically,
That's right.
culturally,
Come on.
politically.
Preach.
Europe may be aging itself out of relevance.
Come on.
And yet, here's where the conversation gets really uncomfortable.
Let's hear.
Some argue this is a good thing. That fewer people mean less pollution, less strain on the planet, a more sustainable world. But others warn this is a civilizational crisis.
Yes, it is.
A
But
world
not us.
without enough youth becomes stagnant. Innovation slows. Care systems collapse. Societies built on growth start crumbling when growth ends. So now we're at a crossroads. Do we fight this trend with aggressive family subsidies, free childcare, and housing reforms? Or do we let it happen and accept the end of an era? Is this decline nature's reset or our collective failure? Should governments be doing more to reverse the trend or stay out of the bedroom? And here's the hardest question of all. If people simply don't want children anymore, what does that say about us? This isn't just a population problem, it's a values problem. It's an identity crisis. Drop a comment below.
Let's move on now.
Y'all drop a comment below, hit the thumbs up as you come in the building. Young RZA Drip King, I see you in the building. Welcome in. Y'all get that thumbs up.
To other stories, the American Census Bureau has released the demographic data showing how the US has changed over the past decade. It is the most detailed account of the demographic changes in the country since the year 2010. US Census data release shows that the United States is an increasingly diverse country, as there have been significant increases in the number of people who identify as multiracial, Hispanic, and Asian. These categories have driven much of the population growth between 2010 and 2020. The multiracial population has changed considerably since 2010. It was measured at 9 million people in 2010 and is now 33.8 million people in 2020, which is a 276% increase. The Hispanic or Latino population, which includes people of any race, was 62.1 million in 2020. The Hispanic or Latino population grew 23%, while the population that was not of Hispanic or Latino origin grew 4.3% since 2020. The white population remains the largest race of ethnicity group in the United States, with 204.3 million people
Lies.
but its share of the overall population is declining.
Let me break this down. Right, I'm gonna break this lie down. You see, the lie of this census, what she's talking about, the largest population being the European. It's a lie. You just heard that they're dying. They're not reproducing. That's why they're cleaving on to Black women. That's why they're trying to regenerate themselves. And do you know what happens when they do that? They classify their children as white. That's right. They classify their children as white so that they can keep the image, the illusion, the oppression intact of white supremacy. This is not no fear-mongering. This is the facts. This is the truth that you need to hear. The news you need to know. They have always done that. Okay? They are dying. And with the weather heating up, you see the melanin, my Black brothers and sisters, that you have run from, you have been shamed about. Your curly, kinky hair that has been shamed, made you feel below, is glorified in the days to come. They know who you are, and they're trying to cleave onto you. Didn't it say that in Revelation that they will cleave onto the nation of Israel? There is more ways than just, I believe you, I'm part of you, I trust you. Cleaving also is intermingling their seed. But the deceptive ones will count it as if their children that they've had with Black women are white because their fathers are white. Why do you see the uptick in interracial relationships? But this is different for the Black man because he has just really wanted to stick it to the Black woman because he's hurt. So, you know, what do they say? Hurt people hurt people. Okay, let's continue.
The white lone population decreased by 8.6% since 2010. The US is now 57.8% white, 18.7% Hispanic, 12.4% Black, and 6% Asian. The data also offer new details of the country's slowing rate of population growth. The population growth is lower than it has been at any time aside from the 1930s, and more than half of all US counties lost population from 2010 to 2020. New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston, and Phoenix remain the 5 largest US cities. Phoenix, which grew faster than any other city in the top 10, surpassed Philadelphia. The fastest growing cities across the US are now in suburban areas. The data release arrives months later than originally expected, as the census took longer to complete due to the pandemic. The delay has forced some states to go to court to postpone their redistricting. States use the data to redraw district lines for the US House of Representatives after each decennial census. Now, the data will shape how $1.5 trillion in federal spending will be distributed to each state and local area. It will also be used by the state demographers to redraw political maps across an increasingly diverse country ahead, of course, of the 2022 midterm election. Our correspondent Susan Tehrani has more details on the US Census Bureau report in this next ground report. Take a look.
The new census report shows that the U.S. population is diversifying and the white population is shrinking. It's a portrait of how the United States has changed in the last decade, and its importance because it is used to redraw the country's political map in the next decade across the United States. It may also be used to help determine the control of the U.S. House of Representatives in 2022 and provide a political edge for the next decade. While the white population did see an increase in some states and communities, the population for individuals under the age of 18 remained quite diverse. Susan Tefani from New York.
My people, my peeps, you might sit back and be saying, well, that census was in 2020, 2022 they were talking about, and they were decreasing. We are now in 2025. And guess what's getting ready to come out? My people, my peeps? A new census. That's right, they'll be knocking on your door. They'll be saying, how many people live in your house? What do you classify yourself as? And Black folk, listen up. They have changed your identity so much over so many decades. You know, they're changing the census. That's right. I need you to pay attention because what I say here on this podcast is not just for entertainment purposes. It's to wake you up. It's to get you active, to mount up these soldiers and warriors and queens and kings. The board is set. You are no longer in training. You have moved, graduated from checkers to chest. That's right. So, I'm going to say this. They have changed the way you can't classify yourself. And if you have self-hate, brothers and sisters, my goodness. And if you participate in the census, you know, you can check whatever you want. You mixed children, it's time to make decisions. That's right. You mixed children. You see, that is the plan when you have a nation that is declining. Please check the white box. But for you Native Indians and Black folks, oh, the classifications are changing. Did you know that? Do your research. Why would that happen? To keep the illusion for the power that is not to be. To keep you asleep. To make you think that there's some sort of power in the inclusion of the white race. And it is not. Okay? One of the moderators, go ahead and get August Queen up out of here. So, let's continue.
Where we are.
Right now, worldwide, Europeans are at zero population, or actually a negative population growth, which means that more people are dying than are being born, whereas other people of other races are not having this issue. Non-whites are not having this issue.
There are towns in certain cities that are closing down because the entire population is dying off as time goes on. So from the young peoples of European descent leaving the town, leaving the elders there, they're dying off. Towns closing down.
Because the dominant society is dying off. The year 2032 is not too far. I mean, if they are trying to elongate their existence for as long as possible, so through the tanning lotions having melanin in them, everything they're trying to eat to have melanin, when they're adopting these children, when they're trying to reinfuse their blood into the original gene pool by intermarriage, interracial dating, all these different ways are ways for them in their efforts to prolong their existence, which is coming to an end, sadly.
Right now, worldwide, Europeans are at zero population, or actually a negative population growth, which means that more people are dying than are being born, whereas other people of other races are not having this issue. Non-whites are not having this issue.
There are towns in certain cities that are closing down because the entire population is dying off as time goes on. So from the young peoples of European descent leaving the town, leaving the elders there, they're dying off. Towns closing down.
Because the dominant society is dying off. The year 2032 is not too far. I mean, if they are trying to elongate their existence for as long as possible, so through the tanning lotions having melanin in them, everything they're trying to eat to have melanin, when they're adopting these children, when they're trying to reinfuse their blood into the original gene pool by intermarriage, interracial dating, All these different ways are ways for them in their efforts to prolong their existence, which is coming to an end, sadly.
You heard it. You heard it. I mentioned chess because it is time for you all, Black men and women, to understand that you've been playing a serious game. Okay? Which, I am saying it's a game, but just to wake you up, to get you to understand, because most of you guys know about games and things of that nature, checkers, but a lot of you guys don't know about chess. Okay? And that's what I want for you guys to understand, especially my Black men, when it comes to thinking and the treatment of your Black women. Because we all have been here, from our great-great-grandmothers to our grandmothers to your mothers and your fathers, whether you knew them or not, have been here under the punishment of our forefathers that was sent down to the fourth and fifth generations. The oppression, that was a sure enough punishment, you know? If they're coming in the chat, Kim and Kim, with fake accounts, go ahead and straight up delete them. Get them up out of here. Pack them up like Rollo packed one of them up. I seen that. Pack them up. Thank you. So, what we want to do, what I want to do today is probably give you this scenario to help you understand a little bit of chess. I bring up playing chess because my father played chess. I mean, he had some beautiful chess pieces, game pieces, gorgeous. So I know a little bit about chess, okay? And I want you Black men to understand the game of chess, okay? Yes, I want you to understand the game of chess. And you will hear it in broadcasts previously and going forward. I will probably always bring up this game. Because see, in your mind, you're running the wrong game on your own women. That's right. You know, we Black folks, we hear, you trying to run game on me. Mm-hmm. They got game from the wrong folks, the wrong mentors, the wrong people to guide them, when they should have learned about the game of chess. Mm-hmm. And there's a court, a kingdom on either side. That's right. They have their pawns, their warriors in the front, their soldiers. And then the ranks go up, just like in any kingdom, just like in the kingdom to come, just like in the kingdom now. You're on a field. Okay? But just like any kingdom, it is ruled by a king and a queen. My brothers, I hope this knowledge helps you out. In any kingdom, it's ruled by a king and a queen. Okay? They work together to rule their kingdomship. And I know if you've never played chess before, you have probably always heard about the queen, that chess piece known as the queen. You have always heard about her, but really didn't know her importance in the game of chess. Right now, I want you to envision my brothers, and I'm speaking directly to Black men. I want you to envision you having a kingdom. We're getting ready to play chess. Are you ready? And you having the mindset that a lot of these brothers have today about their black women. We're getting ready to play chess, okay? With you having the mindset about your black women in this days and this society in 2025, and you can't stand them. You absolutely hate them. Oh, yes, you do. We're going to play a real game. And you have kicked them to the curb because you, on your side of the chessboard, have figured you are the king. You can rule this nation without a queen. Matter of fact, you have looked over onto the other side of the lands and seen the women, the queen of another nation. We're playing chess, right? You have kicked your queen out. And you think, I see the other nation of women and I shall conquer her. Look at my soldiers. Look at my rook and my, all of my pieces. I am the king. Let's go, fellas. Let me let you know a little something about the queen. Welcome in, Food Vibe Nation. Let me let you know a little something about that queen. You see, wait, pause. Let me tell you something about the king when you play chess. The king can only move one space at a time. Holla. The king, when you play chess, can only move one space at a time. Okay? You shoot, I shoot, you shoot, I shoot, but I can only move one space. The head guy who's running the kingdomship. But over on our side of the world, our black women have been kicked aside, thrown asunder, because their kings are looking to conquer the other nation of women. Let's hear how and what you've done to hinder your own progress, my brothers. When you kick your queen out, let me learn you something today about the queen.
Ladies, did you know that in the game of chess, the queen's job isn't just to protect the king? Nah, it's to dominate the board, to be his strongest ally, his fiercest protector, and his equal in power. In a relationship, it's the same thing. A queen doesn't just stand behind her king. She stands beside him, strategizing, fighting, and winning together. So if you're not ready to protect your king, don't expect to sit on the throne. And that is real talk.
Show enough, brother. Show enough, brother. That's real talk. And the queens, see, you might not look at them as queens. I understand, because some of them, their clothes are raggedy. Some of them got hoochie mama clothes on. Some of them just don't look, they're not in their rightful places. And I get it. I get it. So you don't view them as queens. You don't view them as, oh my goodness, the riches that they are. Do you know you kick your black women out to the streets where all of these other nations are just picking them up, plucking them up, even plucking them up to slay them? For you see, even the melanin they possess in the color of their skin, and the richer and darker the melanin, the more wealth that person possesses. But you see, you know that your brains have been brainwashed to think the lack of melanin is where it's at. But I'm here to tell you it is not. Even your dead amongst you are being carted away to collect the melanin in their bodies, to put in computer chips, to put in their sunscreen, to protect them from the sun that is coming back to burn off cancerous cells. You see, that melanin that you have a disdain for, that you do not like, that you say is too dark, is the richest thing walking. So your queens that you have out here in the world, you've thrown away, you casted them out because you really don't see them as queens when the other nations know exactly what they are and who they are. You have no queen on your side. The one who is your true ride or die. The one who is your true ride or die, your queen from your nation. You are stomping across the chessboard to go conquer the other nation of women, to take their lack of wealth, even in the skin that they possess. You see them as wealthy, and they know their nation is declining, and they're more than happy to allow you to march across the chessboard without your queen in tow. Let's listen how the queen moves on the chessboard.
In the game of chess, the queen is the most dynamic player on the board. She can move and do what no other player can do. The king, on the other hand, he moves one step at a time. Even though the king moves one step at a time, every one step that he takes, he holds the weight of every player on the board, because if he missteps, then he can be checked or be a checkmate, and they lose the game. The worst thing you do as a king is try to limit the dynamics of the queen to your one-step approach.
Woo!
To not allow her to evolve.
Wait a minute. Let me pause for the cause, because I need y'all to hear that. The worst thing, my brothers, that you can do is limit your queen to a one-step approach. That's your lane in chess. You got one step. You moving slowly, strategically. That's right. You're planning one step. But the queen, women as a whole, we multitask. But the oppression of us hinders you as the king in your nation to oppress your women, to be behind you. Walk behind me, woman, and drop your head. You hinder your woman, your queen, when you oppress her instead of bringing her beside you. But where should she be on the chessboard when the game is on? Is the question. I'm going to learn you something today. Let's continue.
To live into her fullest potential. Because when she's at her best self, then the queen is not only great for herself, but she's great for the king, and she's great for every other player on the board. The worst thing you can do as a queen is that your dynamics be so independent that you lose sight of every step that the king is taking. If you're not aligned with every step the king is taking, then it leaves you vulnerable for them to take out the king. And make no mistake about it, the goal is to take out the king. So if you can pull the queen off and have her distracted, then you take away the most dynamic player on the board, which leaves the king vulnerable.
What's the most dynamic piece on the board, my brothers and sisters? What's the most dynamic piece on the board? Come on. Don't be shy. The queen. Your queen. She can move in any direction on that board when she's centered. And even if she's not in the center of the board, she still can move any direction on that board. But you want her to be center, the center of attraction, so that she can knock any enemy out. And she supports all of the kingdom. That's right. She's a manager. She is that Proverbs woman, the wife. Don't throw away your queen, because you leave yourself vulnerable, my kings. And queens, you heard the man. Don't be so independent that you can't be dependent on your king, because he's making moves. Although he might be making them one step at a time, he's strategizing. But they know Like they've known from the gate, like they've known from the time the slave ships docked. What did they do? Any takers? Who? Who were they after first? Who did they separate from the family first? The queen. That's right, the woman. They always knew what you forgot. Yeah, it's understandable being traumatized, kidnapped on the ocean waters for, however long your journey may have taken you. Being pissed and shit upon, raped, fed amongst piss and shit. Traumatized beyond compare. Yeah. You might have forgotten on that journey who the hell needed to stay together through thick and thin, right? Let's continue. I want to play that one more again.
In the game of chess, the queen is the most dynamic player on the board. She can move and do what no other player can do. The king, on the other hand, he moves one step at a time. Even though the king moves one step at a time, every one step that he takes, he holds the weight of every player on the board, because if he missteps, then he can be checked or it'd be a checkmate, and they lose the game. The worst thing to do as a king is try to limit the dynamics of the queen to your one-step approach, to not allow her to evolve and to live into her fullest potential. Because when she's at her best self, then the queen is not only great for herself, but she's great for the king and she's great for every other player on the board. The worst thing you can do as a queen is in your dynamics be so independent that you lose sight of every step that the king is taking. If you're not in line with every step the king is taking, then it leaves you vulnerable for them to take out the king. And make no mistake about it, the goal is to take out the king. So if you can pull the queen off and have her distracted, then you take away the most dynamic player on the board, which leaves the king vulnerable.
All right. And this is what we're not understanding. You're not understanding this is more than what swings between your legs, my guys. It's more than that. It's so much deeper than what you imagine it to be. And so while you may say, well, I don't imagine it to be anything. What are you talking about, ethereal? Let me refresh your memories, my brothers, of the poison that has sunk into a lot of our men's mindsets. But some men are coming around, they're speaking on it, and they're questioning the teachings and the preachings that they've heard.
Why does it seem like the black woman is being blamed for how a black man is being raised and sent out into the world? Going to shovel it up. In certain situations, people are blaming the wife for the husband not performing. There you go. Good job. Put it in there. Put it in there.
We got a young farmer with his children, his boys. Let's listen to him.
In other situations, we blame the black single mothers for young men not being raised correctly, when really it's the black man that's not taking care of home properly. Turn the rake over. Turn the rake over. You're not doing anything. You don't rake it. Turn it over. Turn it over. Now, turn it over. Turn it over like that. That's how it's supposed to be. Let's do better at holding ourselves accountable. The next generation of young men are dependent on us.
Show you right,
Why
brother.
does it say?
Show you right. If it ain't this generation, some of y'all are waking up, but it might be a little too late. We need to get the next generation on board. Remind them of their queen. And if you can't remind them, let me let you hear a couple of men that's pissed off about what has been displayed and said. Maybe if you hear it from a black man, it'll be easier to digest.
Y'all know something that I find interesting? I never see black women on the internet advocating for white people the way that black men are on the internet advocating for white people. I never see it. Like, the position that we as black men should have is the position that black women have. Anytime there's a situation that is presented where black voices need to be heard, it is always, without a doubt, without second guessing, without giving a fuck about how people gonna feel about it, it's always our black women that are front line. Every single time. Despite the impact or the lack thereof that black men have had in our own community. Black women have never, ever, in American history, have they never turned their backs on black people. And I just think it's mind-blowing that that's become reality. Like, that's where we are in today's time. We gotten to a point where our women have become the frontline soldiers. It don't matter what the situation is. Every single time it is time for black people to stand tall and be heard, it's always our black women that are running to the front of the line, willing to stand in the line of fire, with the mentality of whatever come with it, come with it. But I'm gonna stay in front line. Right or wrong, wrong or right, they're there. And that's a problem. That's a problem. Like, when are we going to return the favor? When are we going to give them the same energy that they have consistently given us since the beginning of time? And I'm not just talking about relationship type shit. I'm talking about black women in general. Our grandmas, our moms, our aunts, our sisters, our cousins, your homegirls. Black women in general have always been willing to stand front line for black people. And in return, the things that they get is sitting back and having to watch black men go above and beyond to advocate for everybody else in their mom. I can't seem to make sense of that.
Me neither, my brother. I can't seem to make sense of it either. And you know it's true. Because now you're starting to see, my brothers, the queen is pulling away. Matter of fact, the queen is smooth walking off the chessboard herself. That's a scary thought. You should consider that, my brothers, as a very scary thought. You sent me a cash app, my sister? Hold on. I thank you, Carmel Kimmy. I check it right now. Let me see. I'm gonna have to check it later. I appreciate that cash app, Kimmy Kim. Can y'all hear me? Let me do some housekeeping real quick. Make sure my mic is working. Let me make sure my mic is working. Oh, okay, Martin. See, I put you on timeout, my guy. I didn't block you. I put you on timeout, but anyone who feels froggy, go ahead and leave and block Martin. Because I think this your third strike. This your third strike. You don't know how to sit down. Be quiet. Hold on. Let me check. Let's check for sound real quick. I don't understand it. Oh, yes, you can hear me? Okay. That's what's up. My goodness, Martin. Good gracious. That's what I'm talking about. You see, I didn't give you the benefit of the doubt. all that, and you still coming in here talking noise. Well, go to all your accounts, Martin. Do what you need to do. If you want to act a fool up in here. Okay. So guys, the women, the black women, they walking smooth off the chessboard they damn self, and that should be an absolutely terrifying thought to you. That should be an absolutely terrifying thought to you, that they're walking off the chessboard themselves when they have backed you, even though you done left them, you done blamed them for raising up your children that you abandoned, you done blamed them for everything under the sun. You done blame these black women for doing. Accountability is this episode's title. When you're looking for the episodes and you want to know what we're talking about, look in the parentheses of the title. Accountability. Okay? The black woman, the queen. Yes, Lord. The queen is walking off the chessboard. And for you all that think it's a game and think, it is what it is, continue to do so. I'm just here to be an advocate for the black woman. I'm here to usher y'all and help y'all on through, cross the Jordan, get made new. And hopefully you be in the numbers, especially you brothers. Because Isaiah said it don't look too sharp for y'all. Y'all gonna be like gold. It's gonna be hard. We're gonna have to sift y'all like in the river looking for gold. That's not a good look, my guys. Understand that. That is not a good look for you brothers. That you're gonna be so far and few and wide and hard to find. Because so many of you all are gonna be knocked off, taken out. And so many women, his brides, woo, check that, will be marching into Zion. But for you hard-headed men, let you listen to what has been said, what y'all done did, and y'all done pissed off. This man is homosexual, but he read y'all rights, and so I'm gonna let y'all listen to it. I surely am. Maybe if you listen to what he said, although he batting for the other team, maybe this will get you right.
To the black men in the black community, you motherfuckers are some weird ass motherfuckers. Not all of you, but a lot of
Pause.
you.
Parental discretion is advised. Parental discretion is advised. Okay, let's continue.
Motherfuckers will walk around here, talk about black women. Oh, she's masculine. Oh, she a baby mama. She got this, she got that. Motherfucker, don't you realize all those problems you made? A woman gets pregnant by you, and then you turn around and abandon her because you got two other chicks pregnant around the corner? As you guys continue to make what? Single mothers? And then you want to complain about it. All the problems in the black community lie with the black man. And until you fucking grow up and realize that shit, you motherfuckers will always be lost. How the fuck do you motherfuckers get 20% of these motherfuckers who didn't even vote for Kamala Harris? That's right there. You motherfuckers will get up there, want to date these fucking snow roaches, and then want to talk about people that look like your mama. I don't understand that. I'm not even sexually attracted to women, so guess what? No, motherfucker, I ain't sipping. I'm just simply calling it out. You motherfuckers are the weakest motherfuckers on the planet because all the problems in the black community start and stop with y'all motherfuckers. Drugs, single baby mamas, broken homes, gang affiliation, all the shooting that's going on in the black communities. Look at everything in a drug. Look at drug addicted, in jail, incarcerated. You got black women taking care of your ass, and she's going to work and day, your ass in jail talking to 3 other women. Motherfucker, please. And stop. You motherfuckers running around here thinking that Kevin Samuels was saying something. Guess what? I think that motherfucker was playing for the other team. Even though he was with the woman when he died, and I'm glad that motherfucker died. Yay, yay, yay. Good for that motherfucker. die, bitch. That motherfucker didn't even die right with his broke ass. And he's sitting up there, and y'all stupid motherfuckers is listening to him. Y'all are some sad motherfuckers. I've never seen straight men go revert back to, you guys got all the smoke for black women, but let a white man say something to you. You motherfuckers cower like a little bitch in the corner. You guys act like the chick, like the bitch who just got bitch slapped by their pimp. Y'all don't have all that smoke for white men. For the real motherfucking enemies. Those are the motherfuckers that are killing you. Those are the motherfuckers that's taking your jobs. Those are the motherfuckers that are oppressing you. Yet you want to sit there and to say that the black women ain't is the problem. No, motherfucker, it's you. You're the problem. And until you grow a set and realize it's you, motherfucker, most of you motherfuckers need therapy. You need therapy.
Come on now.
Something's wrong with you. You want to sit there and say, oh, a woman is supposed to make me build. No, motherfucker, what you're supposed to bring to a woman's life is peace. And talk about, oh, she's a gold digger. Nigga, if you work at FedEx, she had what gold is she digging, nigga? You ain't even got silver to dig if you're working at FedEx. And there ain't nothing wrong with working at FedEx. Don't get me wrong, you're working. But she's working too. Black women are the most educated segment of people in America. And yet you want to sit there and say, oh, she's digging the gold. No, motherfucker, if anything, you're digging the gold. Guess what? Women are making more than men now. Black women, that is. She needs to obey. She needs to listen. Why? Why the fuck she needs to listen to you? Oh, well, grandma, yeah, guess what? Grandma couldn't leave. Grandma couldn't leave. And guess what? Why don't you go talk to your grandma if she's still living and let her talk about grandpa and tell her about the outside baby that he got, all the pain she had to endure. But yeah, you motherfuckers will sit there and talk about gay people and trans people or kill the trans people or try to run up on gay people. Motherfucker, I wish you would, bro. I'd kick your motherfucking ass. How dare you? Who the fuck do you think you are? Because I've done that shit before. I body slammed the motherfucker trying to call me a fag, picked his ass up, and body slammed him back to a BMW convertible. And them motherfuckers took off because they didn't want none of the smoke from me. Because I ain't one of them gays that sit just no, motherfucker, bring it. Because guess what? With me, I'm man first. You want to fight? And nowadays, I'm too old to fight, bitch. I'll blow your head off and have me call my attorney. Bitch, I was threatened. I'll turn into a white woman. I'll sit there and cry and tell them, oh, I felt threatened. What they gonna do? Black on black crime? They don't give a fuck about you or me. So guess what? What they gonna do now? You motherfuckers sit there and you date a white woman, and it's so sad to sit there and watch on the damn football the new people that they're bringing into the football league. All them bitches are.
She is Carmel Kimmy Kim.
And I hope they take all their money, and when the bitches are broke, they gonna cast them out like fucking garbage, and the garbage they are. That one niggas had to stop hugging his mama to hug the white bitch. She gonna put, and he didn't check that bitch. That should even happen on TV because he should have checked that whole long time ago. Wait, no, my mama come first, bitch. Hold up. Wait a minute. So before you get up here talking about trans and gays and all and women, all the shit that y'all motherfuckers want to sit up here and talk about on these podcasts, nigga, check your goddamn self.
Hello.
Check that shit.
Check it.
Then get back with a motherfucker and tell me I'm not wrong.
Clock it.
No, motherfucker, I'm right. Because guess what? All y'all do is sit there and talk and talk and talk, and nothing ever materializes. So fuck you. And until you get your shit together, I hope women stop fucking your asses too. Because guess what? There's a loneliness epidemic in men. Men who are 55 in senior care facilities. What do they see? As men who sat there was players their whole life, and now their dick don't work. They ain't no more good. They got high blood pressure, got diabetes, amputated legs, and everywhere. And now they're living in a living assisted facility and bitter and evil. Women sit there and say, what's the worst person in the whole goddamn facility? A black man, a lonely ass black man. You motherfuckers are dying alone and you sit there and tell a black woman, you were there alone with cats. Motherfucker, black women community. Black women have friends. Don't you see them out? They're not by themselves. They're out with friends. They're vacationing. They don't need a man anymore. They don't need a man. They want a man, but they don't need one.
Hello.
And you motherfuckers are stuck thinking they need one. And half of you motherfuckers ain't even good to women. Half of you motherfuckers don't even think really like women.
Oh.
And I'm not trying to call
slow down, bro.
That's not it. That's a cheap shot.
You better slow down.
That you motherfuckers is gay. I just think that you motherfuckers don't like yourself, so how the fuck you gonna like somebody else? So put that shit in your motherfucking peace pipe and come and hit me in the comments.
Smoke it, baby.
And the first thing you're gonna say, fag. Guess what? Okay, I'm gay, motherfucker. What about you? You sucking your homeboy's dick after you guys both sit there and smoke a pound of weed?
Ooh.
Why do you want to be around a man more than a woman? My question, bitch.
Ooh-wee.
I don't want to be around a man more because guess what? That is my man. Is that your man?
Oh,
That's
have
my
mercy.
homeboy. That's my homeboy. Motherfucker telling his wife, girlfriend, I need to go hang out with my friend. Go hang out with my homeboy. You're not hanging out with your wife. What about building her up, making her better?
Come on now.
She making the money. You dumb fucks.
Mm-hmm. Look here. Ooh, I know that was kind of harsh. I know that was some strong medicine to swallow. You know, fellas. Strong medicine to swallow. Good gracious. I was up. I almost wanted to shut it off because I felt bad for you. He was going in on. I know Carmel, Kimmy. He was going in on him. That. Ooh wee. But y'all need to hear that. It coming from a man. I don't even care if it's coming from a homosexual man. Y'all need to go hear that. Okay? Get y'all queens back on deck. Y'all need to get your queens back on deck. We are still in the game. The war is still on. Hello. And guess what? Although we hear all preaching and teaching about the head of the household, you ain't got your queen to be even over somebody, to be even covering somebody. You done let her go astray. You done kicked her to the curb. You done said so many negative things about the black woman. It's perverted. Absurd. Well, you got queens and just blowing in the wind. Just blowing in the doggone wind. But let me tell you something. The other nation's going to come scoop them up. I've been telling you, the other nations going to show enough scoop them up. Man, y'all always heard that saying you can't make a hoe into a housewife. Them other nations so desperate to produce, they going to come and scoop up your hoes. Your thoughts. Yeah, sure, you're right. While you going to lands. While you flocking to lands, my brother, that the grounds are not fertile. I mean, I wouldn't trust you to go buy us a house on a hill with a farm behind it. You know why? Because you don't know how to look for fertile land. That's right. You don't have an eye to spy fertile lands. But the other nation of men, oh, sure enough, know where it's at. It's not where them fans at. It's where them black women at. They got you looking the other way. My God, my God, my God. They got you smooth looking the other way. We got to stop playing into their hands. Stop being hoodwinked. Stop being hoodwinked. Look at the statistics. Y'all like statistics, my brother. I know you do. Go and look at the statistics and the birth rates of the other nations. And why you following the trends that the white man has said? This, I ain't prejudiced now. I don't even like saying that because I feel like that's pandering to the other nations. If you know me, you know me. Shit, that's just what I'm going to say. If you know me, you know me. But I'm here because Most High blessed me to have this melanin skin, so I got to talk to my people. I got to talk to y'all. Hey, I know you might yell a little bit, my black brothers. You might be mad. Go ahead, be mad. Come on back. Go and take a walk down the street, but show enough, come on back. I ain't here to help. I truly am not here to hurt you. I'm not. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you and try to help you make it into Zion, because we already know Isaiah said it ain't gonna be many of y'all there. It ain't gonna be many of y'all to make it in. Nope. Not gonna be many of y'all to make it into the kingdom. I mean, it's gonna be so few y'all. I mean, 7 women gonna clean, and they gonna have their own cars, Bentleys, Maybachs. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. They go pull up on the side of the road and say, I know you lied. I have struck gold. Is this a man I see walking, ain't got shit to his name? Is this a man I see? Baby, is you hungry? Come on to my mansion in the sky. Well, it won't be in the sky. It'll be a new earth, right? The golden era, right? You gonna get in the car, baby. I'll make you comfortable. But I'm gonna need something from you. Need you to take away this reproach. Y'all think it's such a negative thing, right? Y'all think it's such a negative thing. These women talking about procreating again, populating the earth again. That's what that is. Not just to be married. I's married now. Who would care? I's married now. Who's she gonna be bragging to? That's not the reproach that she's talking about. She wants to repopulate, but in the righteous way, in the kingdom. And see, this woman is not going to be jealous of the next woman because the next woman is going to be just as educated, righteous as her. She's going to have her own house, her own, she's going to have a walk-in closet to make you go, woo, okay? Baby car, my brother. I got my own walk-in closet. You don't have to worry about my garment. I got a chef. Honey, he prepares. I'm sorry. I was lucky to find you. She will prepare our food. Matter of fact, maybe you might consider making her one of your wives. Women will not be jealous because they know the queens are back. The queens are back in town. The queens are back in town. That's right. They just want to help you. Come on, baby. I think I have my seamstress put you some garments together. We're going to celebrate tonight, ladies. We have found a man in this glorious land. It almost reminds me of Wonder Woman. Y'all remember the story of Wonder Woman? It was a nation of women and a man washed up on shore. It's a man. Glory, hallelujah. We have not seen one of these in times past. What is that, mother? What is that? Honey, they used to call them men. Wonder Woman. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Get it right, fellas. Don't get checkmate by these brothers out here playing a game against your mental. Put your queens back where they need to be. Protect, honor your queens. Maybe you'll make it into the kingdom. We'll find you floating on shore and say, we have found gold, for we are women, a nation of women who have made it into the kingdom. And there are men out here, so few and far between. It was written in Isaiah 4:1. It was written, ladies. We will find men one day again. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. Brothers, get it together. Hopefully you'll make it into the kingdom, you'll Jordan, and make it on in. Okay? I'm out. I thank you for the thumbs up. I thank you for the thumbs up, being active in the chat. And come on back. I ain't gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna tell you what you need to hear. All right? And I'm out, and much love.